to a Robin Banks Productions, baby.
Yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. Move the sticks, first down. You better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip a coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the bars, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the gang locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done.
Yeah, you know what it is. It's your host, the host of the Underground Sports Show, your boy Filthy Rich. And you know what time it is, man. It's time for the Underground Sports Show, baby. Sports Week in Review. You know how we get down, man. We live all the time, man. Call into the show, 412-407-2744. You know what I'm saying? Talk your sports, talk your shit. If not, man, leave something in the comment section. Definitely hit the like button. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate all that around here. You know what I mean? Yeah, a whole bunch to talk about tonight, man. We're going to get into a little bit of LeBron James and shit. See where he going to go. You know, we're going to get around to some Chris Johnson disrespect. Yeah. And you know we got to get our Stiller focus on, baby. You know what I'm saying? Right here on the Underground, baby. Tonight, Sports Week in Review. Let's go. Yeah. It's the Underground. Yeah. What's up, baby? Hit the like button. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Filthy Rich, the host of the Underground Sports Show. Appreciate you if you're up in the house, man. Get up in the comment section. Let me know if you up in here. Got a good show for you tonight, so let's get straight into it. We got our first Monday Night Football game tomorrow. Y'all didn't know that, did y'all? We got our first Monday Night Football game tomorrow. And no, it is not NFL preseason, bruh. Matter of fact, it's soccer. You know what I'm saying? We only call it soccer here, but everywhere else they call it football. So I ain't lying to you, because tomorrow night we got the USA versus Belgium, 8 p.m. on Monday night, baby. On Monday night. Monday night soccer, baby. USA versus Belgium. And why am I so excited about a soccer game? It's the World Cup. You never hear me talk soccer. I ain't going front, but when you got a chance to go to the Elite Eight in the World Cup and you're the USA, it's definitely something to talk about, all right? Definitely something to talk about. To be one of the last 8 teams would be great for the USA. We got a lot of inspiration right now. We got other countries invading our country. We the home team. So, yeah, there's a lot of inspiration for the USA team, and we're all rooting for them. Let's see if they can pull it off. Even if you don't know the rules, you might as well tune in. You might see some history, all right? Now that USA has never won the World Cup, the closest they ever got is third place way back in 1930. So, you know, this is our chance, it feels like right now. We got to play Belgium. Hey, I don't know nothing about soccer, but hey, sound like Belgium can get beat. You know what I'm saying? USA just sounds stronger than Belgium, but we all know how the USA fits in soccer. I just said it. We ain't never been a champ of the World Cup, so far-fetched, but let's see, man. Don't ask me to name anybody on either team, but that's all right, because I'm representing the USA, 4th of July weekend. Hey, let it continue, man. We already had our holiday on Friday, so back to work, but you'll be home by 8 p.m. to check out Monday Night Football or soccer, whatever you want it to be. All right, so next up real quick, Marcellus Wiley, domestic battery charges, man, arrested on the 4th of July. Ain't that something crazy, man? I just ran into this story really not too long before the show started, and this is pretty crazy right here that he gets arrested on the 4th of July as much as he talks crap on people on his podcast. Marcellus Wiley, yes, arrested for domestic battery. My story won't come up. I'll read the whole story to you. But yeah, I mean, they really don't say much, but they kind of emphasize on how he just got in trouble for sexual assault, at least accused of sexual assault, just a couple months ago. You know, he brushed it on like it wasn't nothing, kept going on with his podcast, but now he's beating up somebody in his family. Like I said, they don't give all the details, but domestic battery tells you it's somebody in his family, somebody in his house, probably. So, you know, what's going on, Marcellus Wiley? Not a good look, man, no matter what. Something happened. So it's not a good thing when you get into it with your people. So, I don't know, man. All right, let's get into the question of the day real quick. Like I said, we're going to get into a Steeler focus, too, after this. But we got to get into LeBron James and the NBA right now. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Their offseason has been great so far. I mean, the NBA had a great playoff, a great offseason, and, you know, they're getting a lot of, you know, eyes right now. Let me say that. And these eyes will stay around for the start of next season, which they needed so bad. I mean, the Knicks winning the championship, people want them to repeat. K. Johnson in the chat says, facts, what's up, baby? Hey, yeah, but, you know, the NBA needs this. The NBA loves this. As much as the NBA probably wanted LeBron to stay on the Lakers, I don't really think they mind no matter what. The NBA camera is going to follow LeBron no matter where he goes. So that's why my question of the day is, how much longer do y'all think LeBron will make the world wait, the NBA world at least, wait? Will he take a page out of the Aaron Rodgers book? I would say the Rooney book. I believe the Rooneys came up with this idea to let Aaron Rodgers just linger, piss everybody off, because it don't matter what kind of news it is, it's good news. Every day they had to wake up and talk about Aaron Rodgers. Now every day we're going to wake up and talk about LeBron, just like when he went to the Heat, right? Y'all remember The Decision. It got a title. So I believe when he made the decision to go to Miami, I know for sure he didn't take long, but I was thinking of the date. Yes, it's on July 8th during an hour-long ESPN broadcast of The Decision. He announced he was taking his talents to South Beach. K. Johnson in the chat says till Wednesday. Now, hey, that's accurate with last year. Exactly. That's 3 days. That'll be the 8th. And, you know, that felt like forever. But that's when LeBron was young, easily the best player in the league. The drama was thicker. The drama isn't as thick this time, but the NBA ain't as thick this time. So, really not much else to talk about. So, yes, LeBron James making a decision, wondering if Bronny James can get out of LA, or will the Lakers hold him hostage just to screw over LeBron. But I don't think LeBron's mad. As long as his son got a job, it don't matter. As long as you pay my son, it don't matter. I got him a job in the NBA. That was my goal. That was my goal, just like y'all thought Deion Sanders wanted to coach Shedeur his whole life. No, he didn't. He said I don't want to coach pros. He said it. Y'all didn't believe it. Oh, he's going to go to Dallas, pick him. And teams were scared. If he pick him, Deion's coming. No. Who the fuck thought that but a dummy? But yeah, man. LeBron James, is he going to hold the NBA news, the NBA world hostage? If he was smart, if the NBA was smart, they would do that. They would do that. They would link him to a team maybe, and, you know, keep riding that. And whatever team was getting them, I'll definitely link them to my team. That's going to connect us and have them talking Philadelphia 76ers forever. Have them talking Warriors for the whole offseason. just like they did Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, it's a smart media move, you ask me, to string it out. But like Kate Johnson says, Wednesday is what history tells us. Wednesday is what history tells us. But you know, they keep talking this LeBron and Philly thing, man, and it's heating up, and that's pretty crazy. If LeBron go to Philly, would LeBron want to go to Philly? First thing I think about when it's LeBron going to Philly is moving from LA. Well, he was in Miami, then go to LA, and then you going to live in Philly? Now, I ain't trying to knock Philly, but it's just, we all know it's a different lifestyle in Philly than it is in Miami or LA. So does LeBron want to drag his family into that? Does LeBron want to even do this with Philadelphia? Does he want to be in Philadelphia that bad? And should Philadelphia want him? Now, I'm sure the ownership, they don't care who's on the team. They just want the ring, right? But there's a guy like Jaylen Brown, Embiid, Maxey. Will you get any credit for a championship if LeBron comes? No, you're going to be second fiddle to LeBron no matter how good LeBron is at whatever age he is. You're about to be second fiddle. And if you win a championship, it's going to be because LeBron came and saved you. So do you really want, as a Philly player, as a Jaylen Brown, do you want that? Or does Jaylen Brown really not have nothing to prove? He does have a championship already. He is sought out as one of the best players ever, to get paid in the NBA, at least by a paycheck, right? We done learned how smart of a guy this guy really is. Because I don't know if a lot of people know, his history and how smart he was. And Boston just didn't like it. Boston hated it. Boston really hated him being himself in Boston because there's no way. But when it comes to who won the trade, that's up in the air. That's up in the air, right? Everybody wants to say Philly automatically, but they ain't stepped on the court yet, bruh. They ain't stepped on the court. And Jaylen Brown is a highly paid player. And I think the Celtics felt like they were going backwards. So will it go up for Jaylen Brown? Can he take the jinx off of Philly? Can he make the process work? Or will it be backwards for Jaylen Brown again, at least as a team effort? He's going up as a personal. His stats, his money, everything's going up there except for the Celtics was going backwards. And I believe that's why this was a money move for the Celtics. Other than maybe him not liking his personality a lot. But still, there was two factors to it if you want to talking about who's going to win this trade. They did get a lot of money off the books. And still have a star player in Jason Tatum, right? So, we'll see. Because if you don't win a championship, Philadelphia, you don't win this trade. It's the only way to win this trade. So all this talk about who won in this trade is ridiculous. We must see. Right? Alright, that's pretty much it for me and my question of the day. You know what I'm saying? I had to get my NBA in while it's hot and fresh, because eventually we're going to stop talking about that here. But let's get into our Steeler focus real quick, because that's what I want to do, man. Shout out to everybody up in here, man. Everybody in the chat. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all make sure y'all do that. Also, don't forget the Cash App, man. Underground Sports. The Underground 2525. Not sports. Underground 2525. You can support the show, man. And, we got our pot here. All funds, all support of the show is going to our PlayStation 5 giveaway, which we got $50 in this pot already. And we're going to give it away week 8 of the Steelers season coming up here. All right, PlayStation 5 giveaway. All right, so support the show. Show me some love. I'm going to show some love back. That's what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Support the show. Underground 2525. Matter of fact, leave that up there for a minute. All right, let's get into our Steeler Focus, man. Steeler Focus of the day. Let's talk about our man, Darnell Mount Washington, man. But the question of the day is he still Mount Washington? All right, let's get into it, man. Here's the story right here. Steelers tight end Darnell Washington, who revealed that he was 311 pounds last year, has reportedly lost 47 pounds since the end of the 2025 season and is back at 264 pounds after being placed on a strict diet and workout plan by the team's new coaching staff. All right? Washington, 24, was listed as 6'7", 264 pounds on the roster last season, but admitted that he was nearly 50 pounds heavier on a podcast with the St. Browns. Look, I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm 311, Washington said. The Steelers just signed Washington to a 4-year, $42 million deal, which we all know, earlier in the month, and it's clear they wanted him to trim down, something he's done over the last 6 months. We might have the next Gronk. All right, man, you know, we ain't going to get into that yet. But we are going to get into this guy losing 47 pounds. 47 pounds? That's a quarter of a man, bruh. That's a quarter of a big guy. A 200-pound man, right? That's a quarter. And some of you skinny cats out here, that's a third of your ass. 47 pounds. So we all watched Darnell Washington play out at 311 pounds. And a lot of us Steeler fans fell in love with Darnell Washington, called him Mount Washington. Is he still Mount Washington at 64 pounds, though? Now, it says he was listed last year on the roster as 264 pounds, but that was a lie. So, you're telling me that he got right back to the exact weight that he was supposed to play at? That's pretty wild. So, I don't know how much scuttlebutt this is, but I fact-checked it and I found it a little bit everywhere. This was a story. Strict diet by the new coaching staff who, when was Mike McCarthy hired? Way before the draft, so sometime after the Super Bowl, you know, and this is a rapid 47 pounds off, obviously, right? Now, I don't want to give too much credit to the new coaching staff. I'm pretty sure the Rooneys jumped in his ear because, as they mentioned, the 4-year, $42 million deal, that's motivation to do anything. But will losing 47 pounds help Mount Washington? That's a lot of weight, fellas. He played very well. We all know Darnell Washington is the best blocking tight end in football. Straight bully. A lot of people say move the tackle. That's how well he blocks. But it also says here the master tight end has undergone a significant physical transformation this offseason, which has allowed him to increase mobility on the field while keeping the strength that makes him an elite blocker. Man, it's just anybody questioning this? I'm just asking. You lose 47 pounds. Yeah, 264 pound can be an elite blocker, but will he be the same elite blocker? That is the question. I'm ready to see Mount Washington, man. You got to be able to see 47 pounds gone on a person. I don't care how tall you are. The taller, the worse. So I'm ready to see Mount Washington to see exactly what this guy looks like. Now, 264 is still a big tight end. All I'm saying is it ain't as big as Mount Washington was last year. It ain't. So we shall see, man. I can't wait to see Mount Washington in the preseason, for real, in a real game. I'm guessing they're trying to help him in his passing game. Because why lose weight if I want you to block more? Why would I make you lose weight to block more? Now, I'm sure they'll ask them to block a lot still, but hey, looks like Darnell Washington is part of the plan, man. We're all talking about Pat Freiermuth needs the ball more. I I ain't saying it ain't going to happen, but they clearly want to get the ball to Mount Washington. They paid him, made him lose weight. They said it was a coach decision. Aaron Rodgers loved him last year. That's the reason he got the ball. So, yeah, all this together means Mount Washington is going to be a top target, you ask me, like next year. But 47 pounds. Can he be the same guy? I'm worried. And I'm ready to see Mount Washington, man. I can't wait. Anybody let me know. You see him around town, let me know what he look like, man. Because that's 47 pounds. That's crazy. All right. Up next here, this is still a little bit of a Steeler focus. It mixed with a little Browns here. But Jalen Ramsey was at a conference, with Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes. You know how Deion has those inspirational type of, conferences and meetings. He brings people in, ex-athletes or just guys in either media or YouTube or anybody popular that's positive to talk to somebody. But Jalen Ramsey was with the Colorado Buffaloes this week, and he talked about Shedeur Sanders and, of course, the Cleveland Browns. Heard about it. And this guy on the Dogs podcast, man, he's been one of the biggest supporters of Shedeur Sanders. I mean, Cleveland's big up on Shedeur Sanders. Seems like everybody but the NFL is big up on Shedeur Sanders, at least. I mean, you know how I'm kind of saying that, right? And, every time they get a chance to big up Shedeur on any type of podcast in Cleveland or radio station, you hear it a lot. So let's just listen up to Jalen Ramsey talking about Shedeur here, and we'll react to it.
So Steelers cornerback Jalen Ramsey lended a little counter argument for people claiming Shedeur Sanders can't read a defense or process anything post-snap. So there's a video clip of Jalen Ramsey. He was invited to Deion Sanders' leadership retreat, and he's talking about a moment during the Browns-Steelers game in Week 17. So I'm sure a lot of you out there probably understand this video a lot better than I do. But either way, basically what Ramsey's saying is there was a play during the game where Jeudy was lined up on one side, and Ramsey knew, based on things the Browns had already done in the game or whatever, that Jeudy was about to run a bang route. And he even said he was thinking during that play, man, if Jeudy runs this bang route, I'm going to crush him. So Ramsey was playing safety during that play, and he told the outside corner, play heavy outside, make him throw this bang route. And long story short, it was based on the type of look that the Steelers defense was giving to Sanders, and Ramsey was fully expecting him to take the bait, throw that bang route where he was just going to light up Jerry Jeudy. But instead, Shedeur saw exactly what Jalen Ramsey and the Steelers defense was trying to do, did not throw that bang route, went through his progressions, but ultimately what Jalen Ramsey said about Shedeur Sanders is, hey, man, I thought I was on my P's and Q's for that play, trying to bait him into this bad throw. Turns out he was on his P's and Q's on the other side of the ball as well. Ramsey even says, I told him, man, I saw that coming. That's what I was looking at. And he says, Shedeur said, yeah, I saw it too. That's why I didn't throw it. So I thought that was really interesting, especially coming out just a few days after Mike Bajakian's quote. The Browns quarterback coach was on Cleveland Browns Daily talking about Shedeur Sanders and said there's moments in practice where Shedeur will throw a route or do something in practice that Bajakian's like, hey, what are you trying to do here? I didn't see what you were seeing. And Shedeur will explain it to him. And then sure enough, Bajakian said when he goes back to look at the tablet or watches the film later, he says, yep, he saw something that I wasn't even seeing out there on the field. So I don't buy the narrative one bit that Shedeur Sanders can't read a defense or process anything post-snap. My goodness, he did it all throughout college, and he definitely showed the ability to do that last season. In this example...
All right, so here we go. Jalen Ramsey's comments on Shedeur Sanders. The Shedeur Sanders, the people that like Shedeur, at least, are going to say, hey, see, told you, even Jalen Ramsey said Shedeur be reading. The haters going to say, well, what else is he supposed to say when he's at Deion Sanders' leadership seminar, right? Maybe he's just glazing on Deion, to mention his son in that type of way. Sure, the players on the team is familiar with it, Shedeur and all that, friends with him or whatever. Or is he just glazing? Now, they said they have a conversation in the middle of the game. It don't sound like something he just made up, but that's just one play, right? That's just one play. That's what the haters gonna say. Personally, I think Shedeur is a pretty good quarterback. He really was a good college quarterback. hasn't really gotten his chance. Well, he sort of had a decent chance. Last season went 3-4, 10 interceptions and 7 touchdowns, and everybody talks shit on that. But there's a whole bunch of other guys that were terrible in their rookie years, man. Terrible. John Elway, Peyton Manning, a whole bunch of dudes, man. Go look it up. A lot of dudes sucked and threw a lot of interceptions in their first year. And he didn't even get to start right away. He didn't even get to go through the preseason as the starter and all that good stuff like that. They kind of threw him in there. And he just did pretty good with his confidence. And Cleveland's got a really good defense that's suited for a young quarterback. So I don't think Jalen Ramsey's lying. Not at all. Is it just one play? Yeah. Could he be bringing up this just one story just because he's at Dion's, school preaching to his kids? Yeah. But it also could be true Shedeur just knows how to read defenses, and he's proven it. Said, I seen it on the field. He's not going to tell 30 stories. He's going to tell one good story that I had a conversation with him after the play, talked a little shit, and he talked his shit back. So, yeah, man, hey, Cleveland Browns got to shout out Jalen Ramsey for giving them a little boost on their guy Shedeur, but I don't know, man. It's going to be tough, man. I don't think Cleveland likes Shedeur as much as we do. They just don't. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. That's all right. That's it for the Steeler Focus today, man. Just had a little bit. Ain't much really going on, man. Anytime you want to talk Steelers with me, though, you see it in the background. You know what it is, man. It's the Underground Sports Show. So we talk a lot of sports. We talk a lot of shit. But, yeah, we definitely going to get our Steeler Focus on whenever we get our chance. All right. Up next here, let's talk a little Lonzo Ball on his father and his mother. Lonzo Ball currently a free agent right now, but he was on a podcast and he had a couple words to say about his mom and his dad. If you're not familiar, his mom and his dad broke up. Big story. Why? Because LeVar Ball is a big, a character. He's a big character. Everybody know the Balls. He put his boys on. So, yeah, when the story breaks that they're breaking up, they both been through a whole lot. They both been sick, taking care of each other. And you just never thought with a family like this you would really see that. For real, for real. Kind of surprised you. Everybody caused judgment and all that. But Lonzo has something to say, so let's listen to Lonzo.
First and foremost, I want to say I love both my parents. But the situation that is put before y'all is not how it went down. I'm not about to get into all the details. But long story short, my mom didn't want to leave. She was quote unquote, damn near forced to leave. I helped her leave. I'm glad she left. She's in a great spot. Shout out to Dip. Put her up nice. So she's good. My pops is good. They obviously don't fuck with each other. But I fuck with them both. And she was not wrong at all. She did not leave him because he lost his foot. That's a myth that was put out there. What else have I seen? I don't know. But my dad did a great job raising us. My mom did a great job raising us. They didn't work out. And it is what it is, man. They both doing well, and I love them both. We can move on now.
There you go. He said the perfect thing at the end because that's what I think this was about. We can move on now. So as a man, I would appreciate that from my son, who's obviously a grown man, steps in for his mom and his dad in a critical time to where if either one of them speak, it probably ain't going to be a good thing. Steps up for them and lets the world know, like, look, man, here's part of the story. Did this right here, man. Stop talking about it. That's all y'all need to know. That's all y'all gonna know. And y'all can leave it alone. Now, if my mom and dad probably ever want to come out and talk about it, they're free to talk about their own business whenever. But he's just trying to get his parents' name out the dirt, and I ain't mad at him. What kind of son ain't gonna defend his mom and ain't gonna respect his dad? And that's clearly what he did right there. Defended his mom and respected his dad. You can't ask for no more from a child. So great job, Lonzo Ball, getting out in front of things. Well, not running front of things, but just that just as it was going to get even messier probably with rumors, you step in and you just shut it down, man. To me, there ain't nothing else to talk about. Unless LeVar Ball come out and say something, or Rasmal come out and say something, and I probably won't even talk about it then. I'm dead with it. I'm good with it. I know how relationships go. It is what it is. But yeah, strong words by Lonzo Ball. I don't see nothing wrong with that at all. But let's get into a segment I called Talking Too Much. This one is about Chris Johnson. Salute to you too, Pittsburgh Big Dog. Appreciate it, baby. Make sure y'all go watch SC Sports World Wednesday night, man. That was a great show last Wednesday too, man. I ain't get to call in. I tried, man, at the last minute, man. Hey, it's all good, baby. It's all good. Tried to get in there at the last minute because they was having that long LeBron debate, man, and I got in there too late. I'm gonna still call in and get my part though. Next Wednesday though. So y'all check in on SC Sports World, man. You get the best of their world, and you get a little bit of Filthy Rich at the same time, man. Because I'm gonna let them know how I feel about the LeBron thing, man. So anyway, here on Talking Too Much, this is where we're gonna get into the disrespect of Chris Johnson. By the way, of Dan Le Batard and his show. I got a video I'm going to show you here. Basically, what Le Batard said, straight out of his mouth. I don't know. I want y'all to help me figure out if he is being disrespectful, if he is talking too much. I just know that's the title of the article I came across when I found out about this. I haven't really, everybody's been asking me if I talked Chris Johnson on the show, and I've been telling them no because I felt like it was such a popular story that I really didn't need to, kind of get into it. It was already heard by the time I did my show, so I didn't really get into it, but I definitely seen it all. So sad about Chris Johnson, man. We all love Chris Johnson just because he just felt relatable. Whenever you got a guy that's a smaller guy and he overperforms and does something like run for 2,000 yards, and, you get it. You feel it. You respect it. You put that on a pedestal. Right? Just like Steph Curry being in the NBA, man. He's the man because of his size. You know what I mean? It's like this guy can dominate. Well, Chris Johnson was not a big guy at all. And in a position where you usually see big, intimidating dudes, he was just lightning, right? Moving was not his problem at all. But now his diagnosis of ALS shuts all that down. It's one of the saddest stories we ever seen, man. Hard to talk about, truly. Hard to talk about. But y'all tell me if Dan Le Batard right here is talking too much, man. Because I don't like it. And I'll tell you why, but let's listen up here. Y'all tell me why. Here we go.
Chris Johnson went on Good Morning America with Michael Strahan, and Chris Johnson talked about having ALS. And Jeff Pearlman is mad at the way Michael Strahan handled things. Listen to what Jeff Pearlman had to say.
People who played football were 4 times more likely to wind up with Lou Gehrig's disease than people who don't. And the longer you play football, the more likely you are to wind up with ALS. This was a peer research paper. It wound up appearing in multiple medical journals, was cited by the American Medical Association. Its findings are ironclad. So, look, there's a tie. And the thing about Strahan that I was thinking is you have Chris Johnson on this morning. And to me, if Michael Strahan were being genuinely inquisitive and genuinely at all journalistic, and I know he's not a journalist by training, but blah, 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 there are a couple questions you have to ask. Number one, do you regret playing football? Looking at your life now, sitting here at 40, seeing the ties between football and ALS, the possibility that game causes, if you could do it all over again, would you play? And maybe he says, no, I would do it. It was worth it, blah, blah, blah. And maybe he says, no way I would do it. Either way, that's the money question of a reasonable interview.
That's reasonable criticism to me, and I believe it's reasonable criticism to file for the media in general, not talking about these links. And you've heard me say before, John Skipper was the most...
Okay, so let's stop it right here, man. Now, as you can see, the disrespect ain't just aimed at Chris Johnson, right? A lot of that's aimed at Michael Strahan also, another ex-NFL player who's tops in the media world, right? Tops. And honestly, I smell a little jealousy coming off the journalism side of the world right here. That's what this smells like, and that's why I think it's disrespect. It smells a little jealousy, okay? First of all, to talk about Strahan ain't a journalist, so he genuinely should have asked these questions as a journalist would, a trained journalist would have. Well, maybe he is being genuine and not being a dumbass trained journalist and picking at people. I feel like it's disrespect to Chris Johnson because I would never ask Chris Johnson that fucking question at a moment like that. When he asked me to bring this to the world, this was his moment to announce this to the world, I'm supposed to fucking ask him if he thinks that would he play football again or motherfucker, shut the fuck up. This ain't the time for that dumbass question. You don't ask that question at all. This man got who knows how long to live. This man is fighting for his life. And you want to look into his past and dig into his past. Would you do this again? Shut the fuck up. I'm glad Michael Strahan was the guy that interviewed him. It ain't as stupid as y'all motherfuckers. I'm glad he had Strahan in his goddamn corner. Because this is disrespectful to Chris Johnson and Michael Strahan. And is these motherfuckers talking too much? Hell motherfucking yeah, in my opinion. Hell yeah. Because where the fuck are you from? Do you know how much Chris Johnson made? Did you see his beautiful wife? Did you see that he got 4 kids? Do you know them kids is set up for life? Even if Chris Johnson got ALS from football, could have got it from anywhere else, but even if he fucking did, when you sacrifice your life as a father, doing what you grew up as a boy to do, to put your family in the position that they are in, do you understand Chris Johnson made $45 million in salaries over his career? $45 million. Yes, I'll fucking do it again. It's a stupid ass question at the same goddamn time. And it would have been disrespectful. And that's what the fuck is wrong with y'all schooled ass fucking journalists. That's why y'all don't get the jobs that Michael Strahan get and Deion Sanders get and fucking what's his goddamn name? Shannon Sharp get. That's why you don't get the interviews they fucking get. That's why the people don't respond to you like they do to them. Because you're a dumbass trained journalist that will ask a stupid ass question at a fucking time like that and be disrespectful to a man sitting in front of his fucking wife. Get the fuck out of here, man. That shit pissed me off when I heard that shit. That shit pissed me off. Because it is disrespect. It would have been, I should say, to Chris Johnson. And it still is for even thinking about asking that question, for even worrying about that right now. This ain't the time to worry about that. It just ain't. So yeah, man. I don't know about that. I gotta say that Dan retard is talking too much, and whoever the other fucking guy is he was trying to blame this shit on. You see what he said at the beginning, right? He tried to blame it on other dude, Jeff Palmer or whatever his name was, and then he doubled down and said he agreed with it. So, and it's your show, and don't nobody even know the fucking other dude. They barely know your ass. All right. So anyway, that's talking too much, man. I ain't did that segment in a minute. I always love talking too much, man. For sure, for sure. All right, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Filthy Rich, on the Underground Sports Show. Let's get into Jaylen Brown again. I talked earlier a little bit about who was going to win that trade, and it ain't over until it's over, man. They got to get it on first. They ain't even stepped on the court. Everybody want to talk about who wins the trade. I'll repeat again, I don't think anybody on the Philly team wants LeBron to come there and take their shine if they can win it with just Jaylen Brown, right? Because LeBron's going to take all that attention, but that would be a hell of a super team. Honestly, I don't want to see LeBron go to Cleveland either. Even though Cleveland said, hey, we leaving the spot open for your son. I don't want that again, man. Now, you can't go home again, but you can't go back to Miami again. And do LeBron want to live in Philadelphia? That's a tough one, dog. Living in Philly compared to, I'm just saying, compared to Miami and, L.A. That's just weird. But let's see what Tristan Thompson got to say on Club Shay Shay about Jaylen Brown and that situation that was going on in Boston. Let's listen up to Tristan Thompson here.
When I play there,
Yeah.
they call you the N-word.
What?
Yeah, they gonna call you that.
They say, but that's not what they say. They say that's.
That's a lie. When they drunk, they gonna call you that. Because one thing about people in Boston, I played there and I love Boston. They drink to get belligerently drunk.
Yeah.
And you know when a motherfucker gets really drunk,
Yeah,
they're gonna be loose with the lips.
Yes.
And I definitely heard someone call me outside of a restaurant because I didn't want to take a picture with him.
Loose lips are a sober mind's fault, though.
Exactly.
You don't think? Hey, if I were to get drunk, I ain't thinking about stealing a space shuttle because I ain't never thought about that drunk when I was sober.
Exactly. But also you know what also I'll say this?
What's that?
I think also for what JB stands for,
Yes.
the city of Boston is different than that.
Yes.
And I think I think when I look at JB, he's doing stuff that like Muhammad Ali,
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, what he stands
Bill
for, right?
Russell,
Bill Russell.
yes,
he stands
yes.
for something so big, which I love about him.
Yes,
because for him to be from, a kid from Atlanta,
Yep.
from the upbringing he
Yeah.
had, going to Cal Berkeley, which brothers from Atlanta don't go to Cal Berkeley. And then him being that educated, now going to one of the more, old school traditional New England towns
Yeah.
and standing up for our people.
Yes.
I commend that.
Right.
And I think, he's the type of guy, like, he wants to always beat the odds.
Right.
And I think Boston is a town that they can't handle it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think he knows that too.
He's very outspoken.
Yeah, he's outspoken.
Yeah.
And I love that about him. I never want him to change.
Yeah.
And I actually like the fact that he wants to be there because it's like, that city needs change.
Right.
I love JB. And, I've got to know JB very well.
Yes.
And then we played together for a year with the Celtics, but then obviously keep our relationship, keep going since then. It's I think for him it's just it's frustrating, right? I think he, the Fresh Prince ended at some point.
Yes.
All good stories end. And I think for him, he's earned the right to lead his own team. And I think because he's so embedded into like Boston community,
Yes.
and he's helping the community,
Yeah.
I know he doesn't want to leave, and he wants to be part of that. But I think like it's okay to like, want to have a different look.
That's Coach Shannon.
All right, well, I had to let y'all listen to Tristan Thompson because that's one of the best ways you can get it, man. I mean, from a guy that was right there with the guy, like he talked about going from Atlanta to Berkeley to Boston. That is a wild trip. So, he's seen a lot, and you heard him. They'll call you the N-word in Boston, and he still wanted to help the community, never gave up. Jaylen Brown just sounds like a real good guy, man, and Boston is really looking like the bad guys in this situation. Why wouldn't you want a guy like this around? Was he perfect? No, but of course no one's perfect. No one's perfect, but too outspoken as a black man to Boston. But to me, Philadelphia's going to win the trade in a different way, man. They're going to get a guy like this coming from Atlanta, like he said, educated in California, living in Boston and seeing the North, back in Philly. And Philly, the community, is going to love Jaylen Brown. It is not going to be the Boston community. It's going to be the total opposite direction. Now, I talked about LeBron moving from Miami and Cali to Philly, with that being a culture shock. But for Jaylen Brown, Atlanta, hey, we can do whatever down here. You know what I mean? We ain't worried about Philly. Then going to Boston and facing all that, the N-word, when people's drunk and shit like that in Boston, he ain't worried about nothing in Philly. He's going to be at all the cheesesteak spots, in with the crowd. Young, black, rich, smart, black man is going to be the man in Philly, baby. The West Coast of PA is going to be the man. If Pittsburgh had a team, I would love for Jaylen Brown to be on a Pittsburgh basketball team for sure. So I know ain't nobody outside the talent, bringing the man Jaylen Brown to Philly. I think that's what's up. That's truly what's up, man. So yeah, man, it's a lot going on with that Philly trade thing, man. It ain't only Philly-Boston trade thing. It ain't only on the court. It's off the court too. Boston lost a man. Of course they could have used, but hey, you don't want me, I'll go. Ain't losing no money. Ain't losing no money. All right, real quick. Let's get into a quick story right here. A couple more stories for y'all, matter of fact. Last show we talked about college NIL stuff and stuff like that, and the new 5-year rule starting at 19 years old and stuff like that. But now, man, they got some new stuff coming up. And let's listen to a little story I got here about a guy that's going to a university, but he's not coming from high school or America. So let's listen up real quick.
University of Central Florida just signed a professional linebacker from Europe to come play for them this season. And yes, this is a real headline. Behind me is 22-year-old Arthur Kingdom, one of the coolest names ever, and he was the Defensive Rookie of the Year in the European League of Football for the Prague Lions. He's 6'4", 245 pounds, and he's going to be making his way to the United States to play for UCF. And when you throw on his tape, he is out there making plays. He's all over the field, and he had 85 tackles this past season for the Prague Lions. And you're probably wondering, how in the world is this legal? Basically, international athletes are allowed to receive money from their professional teams if the salary doesn't exceed actual living expenses, housing, meals, stuff like that. And with the European League of Football, he's not receiving this crazy salary, so he's able to play college sports in America because of that. So from my understanding, the 22-year-old is gonna have 5 years to play in the United States. I'll be honest, this is the first time I've ever heard of anything like this before, and he might have the coolest name in all of college football this year, so shout out to Arthur Kingdom and shout out to UCF. University of Central Florida just signed a professional...
My bad. So, yeah, man. I mean, damn, they're breaking the rules already. I mean, he's going to have a whole 5 years, come in at 22 years old. He's going to be like the guys they was complaining about, right? He's already a professional player, already got paid. So that stuff's out the window. That don't matter no more. But this is what you used to be able to do. This is what I was saying. They're just messing American players up for doing it. And once again, college is college. If you keep calling it, you keep making it more pro football, you just put the age limit on it. No, the good old college try was you could go back anytime you wanted to go back to college, and as long as you didn't do nothing or play or just go to class, you're welcome. You could be 30 years old, go back to college with all the little kids. Now, is it lame? Is it weird? Is it whatever? Is it something you might not do? Yeah, but, I mean, you'd always could do it. And if you ain't make it to the NFL by 30, it ain't going to give you an advantage or nothing like that. Sometimes it's the case at 22. You would know already. But now this overseas guy that never even been through the system that they're picking from, he gets to come over and play at 22. He could be the man. Arthur Kingdom. He could be the man. And he gets to beat the 5 years clock start ticking at 19. What if he plays the whole 5 years? So, yeah, that's not cool. They're already breaking the rules, man. NIL. I don't know, man. It's up and down, man. I love that these kids are not kids. I love that these young gentlemen got a chance to make money. That's how it always should have been. But it is changing the game, man. We all can see it's changing the game. And the NCAA and the court system's digging all in it, fighting against the NCAA. I think that's the worst thing about it. It's cause and effect type of thing. If it wasn't no NIL, there wouldn't be that. But I just don't understand how the government just got to keep digging in it and letting guys come back. And that's what's making the NCAA make up rules like your clock starts after high school, 19 years old, da-da-da-da. But then you got an overseas player who's 22 years already, who've been playing professional football, not going to class, nothing like that, just practicing all day, get to come play college football over here. Are we American or not, NCAA? This is killing me. I don't understand. I really don't. All right, one more quick story, man. We're going to get it around the league real quick. Let's listen up here to the basically something about the Bills and their home field advantage. Let's see if they can keep their home field advantage because we all know they're getting a new field. But this guy has an opinion here to where, let's see if it's true or not.
There are 8 different NFL teams that are about to get a new stadium, but all but one are making a terrible decision. See, every year between right now and 2031, at least one football team will be moving into a new home. 2026 Bills, 27 Titans, 2028 Jags, 29 Browns, 30 Washington Commanders, and 2031 we'll see both the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos go to new stadiums. And don't forget about the Chicago Bears. However, almost all of these teams will go from playing outdoors in the cold, in the snow late in the season, to moving indoors, either a dome or a retractable roof, and practically all of these stadiums just look the same. There's no creativity. However, one team is doing things the right way. The Buffalo Bills. They're staying outdoors in the snow, in the cold, and they built their new stadium perfectly to maximize their home field advantage. State-of-the-art 360 canopy to keep wind and snow off of fans, but it'll trap noise and push sound back onto the field. The new Highmark Stadium, opening this year, has the largest snow melt system in the entire world. They're spending a fortune on heating and irrigation systems so they can play on natural grass during the winter. Meanwhile, teams with domes are still settling for turf, and eventually this will be the only remaining NFL cold weather stadium. Nearly every owner wants to go indoors so they can host the Super Bowl and other year-round events. Now, for more stories all football season, just drop a follow. There are...
All right, so basically he's saying the Bills got the right idea by staying outside. What y'all think, man? What y'all think about the elements of the game? Do you want to keep that a factor if you live a place like Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, who's getting a new stadium, and they're eliminating that factor of the game for themselves? Is that a smart move? Business, obviously, it's a smart move, right? But do you think they're still going to go to Cleveland for a Super Bowl? Pretty cold up there, bruh. You got to get there first, right? The Super Bowl in New York was a disaster. No matter if it was a dome or not, I say it was just the rain though, right? So a dome would have helped them in their situation. But still, all the stuff lined up around the Super Bowl and all the events and all that stuff like that, that's where you want the weather to be good too. Because the NFL is making money right there. So Buffalo, it might be the right decision because if everybody's in the dome, when they come to you and the weather is bad, it's going to get ugly for the other teams, right? And we're talking way down in the future, maybe 10, 15 years from now. Because if you build a stadium like this, it ain't going nowhere. You ain't about to put a dome over it all of a sudden. So they might be the one of your only teams. Now here in Pittsburgh, I can't see a dome either. I don't know. What do y'all think, man? I mean, most of us like the snow, like the mud. It gives it just a different, a remix to it. And we don't need the Super Bowl. I'm not striving for the Super Bowl to come here. It don't even matter to me. It really don't. Because I'm going to watch it on TV 9 times out of 10 anyway. I didn't even go to the draft. And that was free. So I know my ass ain't going to the Super Bowl. Now, I might put it on my bucket list or something like that, but it ain't got to be the one in Pittsburgh. That's for sure. I'm definitely not going to that one. If I'm going to go to the Super Bowl, I'm going to go somewhere. So I don't know, man. What y'all think, man? That's it on Around the League real quick, man. I don't know. Buffalo, home field advantage or not. Or they eliminating the business side of it. But who's going to Buffalo to kick it anyway? Right? That's not the party town. But it ain't worked for them so far. They've been in the snow all this goddamn time, and it ain't helped them win no damn Super Bowls. They don't got OJ in the new stadium, so they ain't fucking jinxed anyway. But we'll see, man. We see how it work out for the Buffalo Bills. What else is up, though, man? The Pirates win today. We're going to get out of here in a minute, man. I appreciate everybody up in the chat, everybody that hit the like button, everybody that tuned in. I appreciate it. Best thing you could do for me is hit the like button. That helps me spread out. Yup, Pirates won 11-5, over 500 by one game. Still quite a bit of games back, though. Check the standings. I'm sure it's probably like 9 or 10 still. Oh, yeah, games back 10.5. Whew. The Pirates, baby. Turn right back into the Pirates. I should have never made my prediction. That's what we do. We jinx the Pirates every year. Oh, we won't make the playoffs. I really see it. I waited a month, too. They cursed the shit out of us. We'll see, man. They might do something with it, though. They might do something. All right, man. We out of here. It's the Underground Sports Show. I'll see y'all next time, man. You know what it is, man. Tuesday nights, man. It's going to be the freestyle show. See y'all then, baby. Yeah. Beat down, you can catch a 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 beat down. First round pick, A, you ain't gotta reach now, coming from my squad, A, you can catch a beat down, still curtain defense, you can't get a first down, hit it like a parlay, I just need a touchdown, touch back, get back, lay them out, stretch that, Super Bowl parade, Hill City getting paid. It's the underground, gotta take it to the grave. It's the beat down, time to break it all down. Yeah, beat down, you can catch a 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 beat down. God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, only God, yeah. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, only God can judge me. Money don't like ugly, better face it. Take it back to the basement, better count the blessings. Yeah, it was him, no question. Yeah, follow the rules, that's the commandments. Better take advantage, you slipping like Samson, messing with Delilah, drop you in that pit with that fire. Yeah, that's not when you wanna retire. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, only God, yeah. Heaven on earth, boy, I doubt it. Real OG, I wouldn't doubt it. Carry the sword if You bout it, spread the word, yeah, be the loudest. Yeah, I'm the man, but God got a plan. Boys in the hood, stuck in quicksand. We can get bent and still repent. Yeah, water in the wine, man, the rules ain't mine. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, only God, yeah. Tell you the truth, it ain't in the book. Caught up in the rapture, don't be shook. Hating on your life, it ain't a good look. Hey, see, I tried to tell you to let me cook. Yeah, I heard it from my OG. Act like you know me. See the bush burning. Tell all the homies. Say read the Bible, but it ain't OG. Snakes be hissing. Watch the competition. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, only God, yeah. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, only God, yeah. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, God got me. OG, yeah, only God, yeah.